Okay. I know you've read or heard about that game, movie, or comic, blah, blah, but you haven't heard it from us. So chill, relax, let us talk all about it before you log off.
So let's get right into it then, right? Exciting times. E3, everybody. E3. What's up, everybody? I am Sir Aaron Carter, and we are here once again for Before You Log Off at not night.
At dusk.
At midday time.
At dusk, yes.
In 103-degree weather.
Oh, Jesus.
I'm here with internationally known Stephen Gutierrez.
Internationally known.
Hi,
Yeah.
how are you?
Because he beats people around the world. That's what it is. Internationally.
Lashes inside.
It's just me and Keanu Reeves going around beating people.
I'm telling you.
See, you're breathtaking.
And, of course, back from L.A., from the show floor of E3, everybody.
Oh, Jesus.
Adam PC.
Yeah, I thought you guys were going. We all made it. We made plans a couple shows ago.
Yeah, we did. What do you mean? I'm lost here. What are you talking about? We made we made show plans. What do you mean?
Where are we?
All right, everybody.
What year is this?
All right. Let's start off with the big news, everybody. Toronto Raptors winning their first championship, everybody.
Oh my gosh!
And the Flame Wars have begun online because.
What are you talking about, Aaron?
Well, that's terrible. One thing, a lot of people are saying this is the first championship that Toronto had for a major franchise since '93.
Do you know what's bigger than them winning?
The World Cup.
Maple syrup.
The Drake curse.
Oh yeah, that's another thing. I think interviewing him like he was on the court the whole damn time. I was just like, what is this?
It was. His spirit was there the entire time.
Wasn't he like on the court, like massaging people and jerking them off?
Wasn't he putting maple syrup on everybody as they were coming out of the...
Terrible. So when they put that, a lot of soccer fans got upset because the Toronto FC won the MLS championship like 4 years ago. Like first time a Canadian team won the American League soccer. So it was just
won
like
something.
Yeah, I was just like, ooh, that's damn it. But whatever. Congratulations. I'm still only a Sacramento Kings fan because I live in the city. So
Preach.
So whatever.
Goddamn Lakers fans.
I know, it's weird. You see a lot of them on down
so
there.
many. Since I'm like 20 years of people that are just like, yeah, man, Lakers fan. Where are you born? Sacramento. Have you ever left? You ever lived in LA? No, just I like
Lived
Kobe.
here my whole life.
Is there a family from LA maybe? Because
Nope.
Okay,
all generations
because
from
it's
here.
the same thing. Because like I'm a Dallas Cowboy fan, and people are like, well, "You live in California." I'm like, my entire family is from Texas. I've grown up with nothing but Dallas Cowboy.
Do you listen to Rob, Arnie, and Don at all? Or have you ever listened
I
to Rob,
thought it was
Arnie,
now
Don?
Rob,
Anybody,
Arnie, and everybody. Yeah. Did they kill Don? What happened?
No, Don's still there.
Rob,
they killed
anybody.
Arnie.
Arnie
or Arnie tried to kill himself.
Oh.
Yeah.
Arnie went to the...
I apologize.
Arnie went to the
I did
day
not
show
know that. Jeez.
with Dog and
Joe.
Okay.
And then Dog and Joe are on the river now. And, blah, blah,
And
blah,
then Dingo and the baby.
Yes, Dingo. But I think Rob had some good rules. If you live in the state or in the city, that's the team that you should root for. If you were born... root for.
No, it's rule.
I will rule you. If you were born in a whatever city or state, that also counts. But if you've never lived in, or if you weren't born in, you should not be allowed to root for that team. And I'm listening to him say this, and I was like, yeah, this is horse shit. Like I like the Rockets. I'm gonna play for the Rockets forever.
That's how the Nazis rose to power.
But see, I mean, I've been indoctrinated, like I said, since birth.
And that's
every Thanksgiving.
I've given you that pass because I don't know if you either go there a lot or all your family's there.
All my whole family. Well, they're not there anymore. They're now in California.
Oh, and I have to change it then.
But every Thanksgiving, because Dallas plays every single Thanksgiving. So every Thanksgiving. So now the new generation of my family, who's all born in
your whole family base their football choices off turkey meat.
No, not because they play.
They play.
They were all born and raised.
No, it's because nobody likes Texas.
They were literally born and raised.
Besides Texans,
they were born and raised like an hour outside of Dallas. So that's there in a small town, and Dallas is the big city. So that's what they did. But my generation now, and younger are all Raiders fans. That's how they are. And it was a very interesting Thanksgiving. I think 2-3 Thanksgivings, 4 maybe ago, when Dallas played the Raiders in the Turkey Bowl, and we won. And I was like, yes.
And you just talk shit to that.
Oh
one.
yeah, hands down. My cousin. Oh yeah, hands
Is
down.
he the one relative that likes like the random team in the family?
No. He likes.
Or do you have that one cousin that's like Tennessee Titans?
He actually is.
Yeah.
He actually is because his favorite basketball team is Boston. Never lived in Boston. Never been to the East. Never.
Can't do it.
Yeah, I don't understand. I never got that.
I was a Cowboys fan when it was Troy Aikman, but I've always been a
good years.
I've always been a quarterback fan. I've never really gave too much. Packers, I think, is the only team that I've liked for the longest time because I like Brett Favre, and then I like Brett Favre. That's pretty much where that started from. But like I don't know. I've never understood people like the Kobe thing for the Lakers.
Well,
Like, yeah,
you
man,
can admire somebody's talent, though, right?
But that makes you like the entire team. Name another Laker. Be like, oh, you got Shaq. I'm like,
Another talent. He ate hot chips without even flinching.
That's terrible.
When the hell did this become ESPN podcast?
Oh yeah, this is actually yeah.
They started
I mean,
welcome to Tangents #1, everybody. It's been a
yeah.
while.
So
It's been a
anyway,
while.
E3 just passed.
Everybody
everybody,
just stop
Okay,
the
reel
recording
it.
right
Send-
now. You know.
This is how
Reel
you,
it.
This is how you tie it back
Reel
in.
it in.
E3 just passed, which is the Super Bowl of video games, according to
Is
one Aaron Carter,
Or is it the Super Bowl ads?
Who said it one
Who
time.
said it one time on the news? By the way,
So now his
on
gravestone
the
will
news.
say.
if you don't tag that in the goddamn
I swear, when I was the first time I went to
by the
E3,
moon
terrible.
and the stars in the night.
I went through the main hall, first E3 I've ever been to, and I literally locked in, and I knew that was the news crew because I saw the guy with the suit, and I was like, you look out of place, first of all, and then the giant guy with the camera, and I was like, you look even more out of place because you have a giant camera on your shoulder. So I kind of maneuvered myself.
You walked staring
Yeah.
directly at that camera.
And as soon as he made eye contact, he was like, hey, do you want to do a quick interview? And I was like, you bet your
He
sweet
said,
anus
I
I
don't
did.
know. I
You
don't
know
really
why?
think I'm ready to grab the mic. So anyways, ladies and gentlemen.
Sea of white people.
Oh, my God.
The one black guy.
Actually,
Let's get him.
oddly enough, E3 is very diverse. There's a lot of...
No, I believe it.
That's sprinkled all over the place.
It was for flavor.
And so when the interview, quote unquote, that we the talking to was about 3 minutes long. That's all it was. And
That's all you need.
when I said
Giggity.
when he asked me what's E3, I was like, oh, it's like the Super Bowl of video games. When I walked away, I was like, he's using that. I know it for sure. And then when I went to the hotel room that night and they played
And sat there with your popcorn waiting until
I
it.
swear I did. I swear I did. I was waiting, and they did the early, like the little montage where the guy comes and he's like, so I'm here in LA at E3, and then they do like some girl, and she's like, it's fun, and then some other guy is like, yeah, you play games, and then I come in at the end. It's like the Super Bowl
He's
of
holding
video
the
games.
entire mic stand, staring into your soul.
That's what he feels like he sounded like. But really, it was like, it's like the Super Bowl of video games. That's how it came out.
Oh wow! I wasn't even prepared for this. Pulls out his reading glasses and it's,
Terrible.
one little.
I've
It's
got a
like the
terrible,
Super Bowl.
unscripted, sir, unscripted. How dare you?
The
I,
newscaster was like, hold on, read this line. Just read it.
I was
like the
like,
Super
the
Bowl.
only thing that I regret, I guess,
No regrets.
is nothing at all. Actually, I killed it. They should have played more of me. That's the only thing.
If
That
anything, should have had on repeat.
so E3, of course, 2019. Everybody, new games showing. We had at least one of the big three show their stuff at the LA Convention Center, which was
Yeah, it
Microsoft.
was just Microsoft.
So, if you don't know what the big three are and you are uneducated or uninitiated, as Bane would say,
Disgusting.
Nintendo opted to not show anything at the convention center like years ago. They've
Yeah,
been
this-
out. They've been out for a while.
That was like almost like 5 years ago, I want to say.
Yeah,
they
like-
started doing that.
And I think smarter for it, hands down
Oh
smarter
man,
for
that
it.
mobile Diablo's on the way though.
Just saying. And then Sony PlayStation, because there's nothing else. Let's there's Sony PlayStation. They don't make anything else. They opted out
I
this
mean, they
year.
make TVs. Sony.
Don't they have
Nah.
I
Spider-Man?
mean,
Nah,
the
they don't
Walkman.
make, they don't make anything
They got
else.
the Spider-Man.
That's terrible. They opted out this year as well. So we didn't really see anything from LA the first day for them. We didn't see anything yet, have we?
I have not.
Okay.
I think there's some stuff like circling around, like game release wise.
Okay.
But
nothing solid.
I think they're probably waiting for like there was a PlayStation experience.
And that's the thing. So before we jump into all the heavy news that you always want to hear about, let's tangent on to the fact that E3 is dying, everybody.
That's why I'm here.
E3 is not necessary anymore because it tried to be necessary by letting the general public in, and the people that are actually working there was like, we don't like this. There's too many normies everywhere.
It's ew, poor people.
Yeah, like
Step over.
it's weird, but I don't think you need to have the big presentation all at one point. You don't need the Super Bowl of video games. You know, you need little shows. I think if they spread it out throughout the year, they have their own spotlight. Microsoft, we got our own spotlight. We're doing a show March. Sony, we got our own spotlight. We're doing it June. Nintendo, we got our own spotlight. We're doing October. You know, whatever. You can pick their own days.
I could be down with that.
That would be exciting throughout the whole year, right? You're getting bits of information about new games that are coming out throughout the whole year. But nonetheless, E3 went down. Microsoft went up there, showed, what did they say? They said like 100-something games, 60-something games.
It was like 60 game, was it like world premieres or something? Or it might have been like 30-something world premieres.
In front of every game trailer. World premiere.
Premiere.
World star.
I was like, okay, cool. But what I didn't see was exclusive.
There was a couple exclusives.
There was exclusive, but I'm saying they didn't start with it.
It was mostly world premiere.
Yeah, it was all world premiere. They had a couple of cool ones in there, like Halo Infinite, which showed no gameplay.
It was just a long cinematic trailer.
I'm all about the gameplay, I'll admit, but
so that was the thing.
It's the Super Bowl of games.
Yeah, but I need to see.
I heard it somewhere, so I know it's true.
If it's going to be a AAA title, I need to see at least, and you're going to show a cinematic trailer. I need at least 10% of that to at least be gameplay.
So you want to say that if gameplay is not even a factor, mention nothing.
Yes.
Wait till the next E3 where it's going to be out.
Wait till you can show me something. I understand the marketing. I understand the marketing standpoint.
In your sense of it spreading it out and being like all year long, this company and this company, this company does the releases instead of just E3 every year, then yeah, that would make more sense because then it's spread out and you're like, okay, they're going to do theirs in this month, we're going to do ours this month, blah, blah, blah. But if it's all at the same time, then I don't know. I guess it's
because here's the thing: like we are in the industry is run by, like any other industry, is run by the consumers. Terrible, and so you're showing us these games, but you're not showing us what the games are. Like really, you're just like, hey, here's a sign with a moving picture. Get hyped for it. People get hyped for it. They go and pre-order. But you don't even know what the game's going to be. You don't know if it sucks. You don't know
because they're not ready to feel the judgment.
I can't get behind that. I've never pre-ordered a game.
That's good. That's good on you.
I just can't even. I can't believe people do it. To be honest.
Well, there's good and bad ways to do it. If you want Madden, don't pre-order it. There's going to be thousands of them. But if you want that niche Japanese RPG where you die one time and you never come back, Arcana, you better pre-order it because they're only going to send the store 1 or 2 copies, and 4 people are going to want that game.
That's the game you're going to try to pitch me? That's
well, no,
you're going to sell me?
I'm saying the rare game that's niche is the game you pre-order.
It's the same thing as like when Endgame tickets were like, what was it? I don't know what the.
But see, Endgame is Madden. Endgame is Madden in this scenario. It's going to be everywhere. You can wait if you want to. You don't have to go day one. You can,
But everyone should know that. And yet there's people spending $500 a ticket.
People still do it.
People wanted to avoid the spoilers.
But see, here's the thing, though.
I mean,
I still haven't seen the goddamn thing.
That goes to the hype of it.
I'm still very excited to see it, and I haven't seen it yet.
That goes with what I'm talking about, the hype. They showed Halo Infinite. People are hyped and crazy about it, yelling in the
showed a cinematic.
They showed they showed a cinematic. So you're getting hyped over this thing because you still have those people that I don't care what it is. I just want it. I just want to see it. I just want to be around it.
They all have iPhones.
And that's
the other people paying $9.99 for that stupid Apple stand or whatever. Then
I don't get what the draw. And I think
it's $999.
$9.99.
Yeah, no, I saw it.
For a goddamn.
Not $9.99.
How much was the cheese shredder? You know what I'm talking about. The Apple cheese. Well, greater than
the computer thing.
Ridiculous. It's probably strong as hell too. But
sidebar: do you guys know that the new Apple phones don't have the home button, right? You can buy the adapter that plugs into your phone that has the home button.
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard of.
Freaking kidding me?
I told that to a customer because the iPhone 7, 6, 7, 8, everything's had a home button on the iPhones. The new ones do not. They have the facial recognition. And
so not even a physical or like a touch.
Like how this has the haptic feedback.
Yeah, like mine
does not have that. There's no,
so stupid.
no.
So they want you to use your face.
Correct.
And if the camera gets damaged,
so who's making this phone? The NSA?
Throwing it out there. That's what they do. Got nothing to tell you about other than that. But
thanks for the cutscene, then. Oh my good lord.
But you can buy like the $30 adapter that clicks in that has the home button on it. It's like, what?
You've lost your damn mind.
$1,000 phone. I have to spend more money on a button.
Apple is trying. They're trying.
And I just found out today the iPhone 11 is kind of mini announced. They're gonna finally have the USB-C chargers. They're not gonna have lightning cables anymore.
Really?
And I found out why.
That's
is
good,
because
right?
I guess in the UK and stuff, they're cutting down on. There's so many millions of tons of e-waste, and it's because the charging cables are changed and upgraded and blah 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 blah. So there's so many companies coming out with their devices using the micro USB-C. I'm sorry, USB-C, not micro USB-C.
It's all right.
The USB-C.
We understand.
So they're just saying, you know what, Apple, Android, your tablet, blah 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 blah, everything just USB-C. So
cool.
Because what they're trying to do is just, we're gonna have that unique charger that you can't use for
proprietary.
anything else in your,
they
in your house.
They like having their own little. That's one thing why
and
I
those
dislike
are
Apple.
Those are the people that are just like, oh yeah, I heard that. Blah, I'm buying it.
So after all the games that they showed from Microsoft, we'll wrap back around. One of the big things, I guess, that they wanted to show to the future was their Project Scarlet, which was basically
their new
Stadia.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's holiday 2020. They really didn't give us as much information as Stadia gave us because, I mean, it's basically
they don't have to wait for an event.
I mean, you're getting the same thing. Yeah. Like I don't know what. This is the thing. I think either Google or Microsoft can both take a lead in this type of streaming service race if they decide our streaming service is like Netflix. You pay this set price, you have all these games to stream to your whatever for
I'm telling you, man,
free.
I think these companies need this
Quote,
Black
free.
Mirror virtual reality.
I don't think they need that at all.
They need them
No.
Striking Vipers is what they need.
I will not play that game. I will never play that game.
Text you at 3 a.m. You online?
Never played. What else did they show? Was that it for Microsoft? Really? Was that like the major things on
it was-
Microsoft?
Well, the
Halo,
major thing was the announcing
Scarlet
of
and Halo
Scarlet.
Infinite.
I mean, I guess Halo.
Yeah.
I mean, they had the Gears 5.
And
Which
no
they-
more gameplay.
No, yeah, it's
Yeah,
just
exactly.
cinematic. They did
Dope.
show gameplay,
Billie Eilish song.
but it wasn't on
I like the song.
on the whatchamacallit, during the conference. They had gameplay like on
like little
like
side
released
so
on
people
the
in.
side
Okay.
stuff, yeah.
Well, I mean,
because I saw it
whatever.
floating around and what else? I mean, they did have a couple other games that I'm drawing blanks on. Oh, the Outer Worlds. They showed some more on that.
Okay.
Which
Looks pretty good.
That just looks like a Fallout game.
Well, I mean, it's
in
made by
space.
the New Vegas guys.
So I'm like
yeah.
100% down for
It
this.
looks good. Yeah. I mean, the only problem with it, it looks really like a Fallout, like even to the part where you talk to people, NPCs, and it zooms in on their face kind of like in the same Fallout fashion. And then they look like they have the same animation. So it kind of looks like an upgraded Fallout. And I'm good with that. Like, it looks good. I don't know.
I think because it's the same people who did New Vegas.
Yeah.
And there's a ton of fan base that like New Vegas over
a lot
3.
of people think
some
that's
people
better
like
over
both
3.
of them.
Yeah.
And so I think Obsidian probably just wanted to do like another game like New Vegas, but didn't get the licensing or whatever because they're working on 76 or whatever.
Yeah.
So they probably like, well, you know what? Let's take our ideas and just put a new IP. And who's doing this one? Is this still Bethesda? I don't know.
I think it's just Obsidian is taking the thing.
Obsidian, but who are they being
published
by?
I have no idea.
Okay,
I couldn't tell you that. Could not tell you that.
Anyway, it looks like a really really good game. So keep your eyes open for that.
They also showed the Wolfenstein. Did they show that on Microsoft?
the was it Youngblood?
Yeah, Youngblood with the two daughters or whatever. Oddly enough, I just downloaded Return to Wolfenstein 2.
Oh,
and there's like a scene in there where you're playing as Blazkowicz, the main character, and he gets saved by his
Blastowitz.
his wife or girlfriend, I don't know. I haven't made it further enough in the story to figure out who she is to him, but she's pregnant. And then she's like, I'm glad you're alive. Like, I just found out we're gonna have twins. And I was like, hey.
So wait a second.
I get that
I
reference.
know that
The
reference.
correlation.
Yeah. I see that. That's pretty cool.
Did you hear about that buddy pass thing that they have going?
Ooh, no. Is it share?
I just found this out. So I guess they're gonna have a buddy pass. The only thing is, I guess it comes with the deluxe edition
Of Youngbloods?
of Youngbloods,
Okay.
but it's gonna come with a buddy pass. And I guess the buddy pass is like the owner of the game has it. They can give a code to
a buddy, quote unquote.
They can play with the person who owns the game through the story and campaign together.
Okay.
So you can play the whole game co-op, but
like
it's
that.
free for that person you give that pass to.
I like that.
Only thing is they only can play with you.
Oh, so they can't play anytime.
Yeah, they can't play it,
Okay.
but you can give that pass to somebody else as well. And
Okay.
then it's the same thing.
It's the same thing.
So basically,
You tether.
whoever has the game can play with as many friends as he wants, but it's always going to be him
And
that
somebody
buddy.
else. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not a bad idea.
So-
I like that. Because it's the same thing what they used to do with Mario Kart, right?
on the
On
Game
the
Boy
DS.
or DS. Yeah, DS.
Yeah.
Which is dope. I mean,
But they did it with four
what
people.
What was that game with the two convicts? They came out not that long ago.
Oh, I know what you're
You know
talking
what I'm
about.
talking
Yeah.
That was like that, where only one person needed the game.
Yeah, and then the other person
the
can
other
play.
person can play off of theirs.
Why is that? Come on. That's called innovation.
That
right
is
there. Like,
good.
do that more with co-op games.
It is, but it's also called losing money.
Oh, yeah. You're losing half the profit. Understandable. But you're gaining innovation.
Well, the problem with the business aspect is money.
And I mean, I think people will be more inclined to buy the game. Because think about, if he buys it and I see that he can do that with me or him or something like that,
Let me-
You might want to play it
yeah,
with your brother.
maybe I want to play it with somebody else. So
Or
maybe I'll
something.
buy it.
This
and
might be
then
a bad hypothetical, but
it's already bad.
I have a restaurant, and I can't cut costs of my food because I already have it at whatever lowest price I can. Blah 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 blah.
Okay.
So I start offering free bread or whatever out in the while you're waiting. So yeah, while you wait, you get free bread. You can get free drinks, all this kind of stuff
Okay.
in the front lobby. So you're technically losing money. You're spending money to try to make more money.
Where am I buying the bread?
to bring
Where are you
people
buying the bread from?
Were you buying the bread from?
Yeah. Makes a difference.
You're making it.
Makes a difference. Where are you buying the flour? Where are you buying the wheat?
You're putting money in. You're giving it away.
Costco.
Because I'm
for
saying
nothing.
there's a lot of restaurants already that give you free bread. Look at Cheesecake Factory.
But you have to
The
order
Olive
food.
Garden.
The Olive
This
Garden.
is just you waiting. Like, it's going to be an hour wait. Here's free food. Here's free bread.
There's a diner in LA that does that.
Right. And
Is
what?
that
is
bread
it-
and butter?
That bread place it's
Your cat just scared the shit out of me.
terrible.
Hi, my cat.
Anyway.
Yep.
No, I see where we can lose money. I see, you know what I mean? But it's not like we're sitting in the restaurant and be like, hey, you can eat, but you can only share your food with this guy over here.
Right. But you're sitting
Like,
there.
I don't even know him.
You're
Share your food with him.
How many companies, how many big like restaurants do that? Where they say, you know what, we're gonna give you this. No, they charge you $80 for a plate of like a snail and some sauce, and they say,
Stop eating there. Go to McDonald's. Get you $1 menu.
but that's the thing. It's food nowadays is like I'm gonna either
Why are we on
spend.
food? Youngbloods is getting the buddy pass. Your analogy
Can
took
I-
us down a whole rabbit's hole.
Not.
Good Lord.
Oh my God.
So
that
right
scared
now,
the shit out
I've
of
been
me.
Steven is
training-
being
I've been training my cat to
assaulted.
To molest?
To sneak up.
Is that what you've been doing?
It's terrible. That's terrible.
That was my
Oh.
tangents correlation
scared the
connection.
shit out of me.
and you are welcome.
So in where did they show this Ghostwire? I can't remember. Did they show that in?
That was Bethesda, because everything under here is Bethesda.
Okay, so let's go to the Bethesda's. Bethesda's now. So here's the other thing that I've seen another trend of. A lot of game companies now just bringing a full whatchamacallit to E3, like a full show. As before, it was just the big three, right?
Right.
Microsoft,
Yeah.
blah blah blah. So now Bethesda is big enough to where we got so many games, we can show you everything that we're doing. So they come out, they acknowledge, which I do like, they acknowledge their failings with 76.
Yeah, that was like one of the first things they did.
And then they show you where they're going, which is basically making it a Fallout game. Like, that's all they're,
Yeah,
like
no.
they're like, okay, we understand where we went wrong or
Our
what
bad.
you didn't like.
Our bad.
So here's a DLC for you guys. Boom. The game is also free for what, like 3 days, 7 days, or something like that.
Yeah, I think it was for like the weekend or
Like the
something.
weekend or something like that, yeah.
Up to this weekend.
So if you're a company selling food,
Terrible.
you got free bread.
Some more bread. So while
Terrible.
Bethesda and the Fallout people are giving away
They're
free
giving up all.
DLC bread.
Yeah.
While they're doing their free show, here's some free bread. You know what? I'm gonna pre-order that game.
Did you play the Fallout? Any of the Fallouts?
Yeah, the latest one. Yeah,
Okay, so
not 76. I apologize.
yeah, but the 4.
Correct.
So think about
And
76.
Shelter. Play the shit out of Fallout Shelter.
So are they saying, what did they say about, they didn't say bring Shelter or into the conversation at all, did they?
No,
They just showed it a little in like the
Yeah,
montage
it's because
and
it's
stuff.
still
Yeah.
still a popular game.
It was like the
People
number
play.
one,
I got it on my
downloaded.
Android, on my Switch, and that game was.
So Fallout, think of Fallout 76 as Fallout 4 with no NPCs.
Oh,
That's basically what Fallout 76 is
Yeah.
right now as it stands, right?
So no decision making.
No decision making,
No,
no
like,
storyline.
the quests
Oh,
are
wait, there's
given in, like, a
quotes.
weird way.
Yeah, the quests are through holotapes
and notes
and
left
notes
on
left,
places, in places.
so no missions.
There's
Just-
missions, but like find this and read that.
Yeah, kill this robot or animal.
Not even really have. Well, you've a little further, so maybe there is killing missions, but I haven't got any actual kill missions. It's always been go here, pick that up, read
Well,
that.
I was thinking about the events.
The events are
like kill
so the
this
events,
robot.
yeah. The events are that way, but so that's how it was, right? People were upset naturally because they've had years.
You've taken
Taken
everything that makes a Fallout game so like amazing
You
out of
removed
it.
a huge aspect.
Yeah, so like the decision makings, the
Yeah.
good or bad consequences, the interaction between NPCs, like human NPC characters, it's all like
You gut it.
yeah,
Yeah.
you're taking out
You
a
made it
core,
a whole different
core
thing.
piece.
So with Wastelanders expansion, which is coming out for free,
They brought it back.
they're putting the guts
They're
back
making
in.
you pay for it.
That's
Oh,
the free
awesome.
bread.
But when I saw the trailer for it,
Free bread
when I
for
saw the
$29.99.
when I saw the trailer for it, I was like, I already knew where it was going. When the lady was talking about like, oh, we've seen this happen, we've seen that happen. I didn't think people would ever come back and live, and then all of a sudden they flash white transition or whatever to.
Why is it got to be a white transition?
Because if you black transition, that's
It means
usually
it's
a
the
ending
end.
of ending.
Yeah.
Yes.
Then your sneakers are gone.
Terrible. it's
That's racist. Oh,
so they show like you're gonna have NPCs to talk to, and they even
This is
said
a free. I don't know if I missed this. This is a free.
it's a free DLC that
Okay.
they're
free
giving.
DLC they're coming
They're
out.
saying my bad. Here you go.
Yeah, and they're
Yes.
saying there's not gonna be quest
We're
chains,
sorry.
decisions. There's gonna be dialogue choices as
Yes,
well because I saw that.
There's going to be the like
I forgive you.
wow, what is it? The choices and consequences for those choices.
Love it,
You're gonna get new gear, new weapons.
love it.
So they're adding more content in the
Tired of wearing wood
Model
armor.
one or
You're
what?
getting the
Terrible. We'll get to that.
You're getting the the human NPCs. So there's actual like people walking around in the wastelands.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not just these fucking mech robots trying to sell you things. Now you're getting the shops with the human characters,
And
stuff like
open.
that. And then
Still on the wrong game though. You're still on the wrong game.
there's only one game for him.
Sheesh.
Yeah, and so I
I'm a
think
one at a
that's
time kinda
putting
guy.
that core back in, and then they're just taking everything that they put that was new for this one originally, which
Yeah.
is the multiplayer.
They
and stuff
gutted it
online,
and put it back together.
and
it
just
sounds
fusing
like.
the
So
two.
it's-
What was kind of what everybody wanted in the first place.
Exactly.
Well,
And now it's the best time to buy it because of the stuff that's on the horizon, and it's only $17 on Amazon.
On Amazon, and that's where we bought
We
it.
bought it literally the same day as the announcement.
is it,
basically.
let's go ahead and flood the market with this real quick.
Because I promise, if I had looked at it and it was $59, I would have been like,
Yeah, no, I would have said no.
I said nah. But when I saw $17, I was like, cool. Spend more of that on food.
That's like an hour of work.
Spend more of that on the free bread that comes in the restaurant.
Yeah,
there.
that's what I'm saying, man.
Bring it back around. So
bread.
that got me hyped for that one. They didn't show anything new for you Skyrim fans, Oblivion,
No, last year
Elder
they said that they were
Scroll.
going to work on 6. What are we on? 6, 7, 5?
I don't know, like 12. What are we?
What was Skyrim?
Scrolls?
Skyrim 4?
I don't know.
No, you know,
Did it have
no,
a number?
I think it was 5.
It had a
It
number.
was 5.
I think it was 5. I think it's 6 that we're
Right.
on. They said last year that they're working on 6.
But they didn't say it's going to come out on the.
Beat
On,
Skyrim
No.
with
it's
a
coming out on the
fucking-
next.
It's
system.
coming out
Yeah,
on
it's gonna come out
Scarlet or
yeah.
whatever
They're
PlayStation
They're
5.
trying to
or-
reach $1.5 billion profits with
Yeah.
every Skyrim idea they can come up with.
Oh yeah, because I mean they have the mobile one, they have the freaking
I understand.
Switch one.
I understand. It's an amazing game,
the
but
Amazon
beating
Echo.
a goddamn
You got
dead
it.
horse,
You got it. People loved it for some reason. Like
People bought it.
milking a skeleton of a cow.
It's it was like one of their big games. It was the only thing that was irritating to me is just like I felt like it was just all snow as opposed to like Oblivion, which was like just diverse all over the place. That's me
You feel like it
personally.
was all snow.
Like it was just really like there was bits where it wasn't snowy and stuff like that, but I felt like the overall theme was just winter is here.
Because you're in the that's where it takes place.
Understandable.
In the north.
I understand, but I like a variety of things. You know,
so you like the terrain to
I mean,
be
you've
different.
got- Yeah, it's just
desert.
terrain.
Go to Riften.
it didn't kill the game
Go
for
to
me.
Solitude,
by terrible.
Aaron,
It didn't kill the game for me. I'm just saying. I just felt like that overall theme of being in the north like that. I didn't want to be Ned Stark the whole time. Put it that way.
I would say that it felt very mountainous to me. Like there's mountains everywhere, but I didn't feel like the snow was every goddamn place.
Yeah, it
Like,
was everywhere. Maybe it's because I stayed a lot in the
you got lost
school.
in the mountain.
Oh,
the wizard school?
Wizard school.
Yeah.
Winterfell. Yeah.
Yes, Winterfell. Yes, I spent a lot of time there learning the magic arts and reading books.
Arts of wizardry and witchcraft.
While we're on this sidebar tangent number 16, what was your main character that you played? What was the main weapon, class? Sorry.
So
You limited yourself?
I would switch back between magic and bow and arrow. Honestly, I never
On
really
one character.
Yeah, on one character. Because like I on previous Elder Scroll games, I would go sword, like just basic warrior type of thing. But I was like, let me switch it up. I want to play a different thing.
You went just double hand.
Oh
magic?
yeah, I was
Like-
double handed magic stuff. I was just heal, lightning
Oh,
strikes,
okay,
heal,
yeah.
fireball. Like yeah, hands down. When
I always had
when I
heal
can-
and sword.
Yeah, my hand was up to heal. So like if I ran up to anybody, I was like, what's going down already. Hit me.
He's just healing.
Yeah.
Fireball, heal,
Yeah.
fireball.
Yeah, you were just a paladin.
That was
Yeah.
basically it was dope like that.
So for the most part, I've only beaten the game, which I've beaten many times. Giggity.
Terrible.
As a rogue archer. So I only ever used switch the dagger, the whatever 35 times if you have the sneak
Okay.
damage,
yeah.
and then the arrow, like you're sneaking and it does the shit.
Right?
Like-
Arrows.
Like
Arrows work.
Like I did it 57 times. I played it. I was like, I'm kind of bored with this, but it's so fucking fun. Like I'm sneaking 24/7. Like the entire game, I'm crawling through
So
it.
you played it slower than everybody else in the
Correct, because
world.
I got my sneak up as quick as shit because all I did was
I remember another
sneak
thing that I did, but keep
100%.
going, yeah.
I tried playing as a mage, just like double fire, double
Yeah. No.
and I would die in like a sneeze. Like
You know why? This is what I said I remember. Because I was turned into a werewolf, and I decided to stay a werewolf. And so whenever I would go into like a new like cave type of system or something like that, I would Hulk out, rush through,
go back and pick
and
everything
then,
up.
Yeah.
And I hated that you
Loved
couldn't.
it.
It makes total sense that you can't. But I hated turning into one and then just running through and being like, I gotta walk back 6.5 miles to go grab all my
Yep.
shit. And I'm like, did I take a left over here? I don't fucking know.
I remember distinctly just hulking out, ripping everything apart, and then being like, I'm tired.
The
Let's walk around.
the vampire expansion thing.
Hated that in Oblivion. I hated that.
Well, this one,
Well, I'm talking about.
I didn't do it in this one. That's why I'm
because
so
it was
glad.
it was a DLC.
Oh, thank God.
It was.
I didn't do any DLCs.
I liked it a lot better. Because the werewolf was dope at first, like for the storyline and stuff. Like I was like, hey, it's dope, and I was like, I'm not gonna turn into a goddamn werewolf every
Every
time. But I tried playing the mage class, couldn't do it because I would die so goddamn easy. It wasn't even fun.
You're not wearing.
You're not healing in fire.
Yeah.
Healing in fire, man.
I was.
Ebb and flow, sir.
I-
Sometimes you gotta get both hands.
Did you
in
eat
it.
the cheese?
I had to be like the dodge. I had to like the left dancing mage over here, and then I tried doing the warrior class where I got shield and one armed, and I just didn't find it fun at all. Like the only thing I wanted to do was block a dragon's head just to stab it in the heart, and I was like, yeah, this isn't fun for me.
Did
So
you try conjuration? Like to
I-
conjure a blade and then use fire?
That was dope too. Yeah,
you can do
actually.
the conjure blade and then the shield thing. The one where you stop.
Oh
spells
yeah,
and
the
all that.
like ward or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, the ward one. Yeah. So I tried all that shit, but it just always comes back to just dagger.
That's
'cause
just
you
your
can
personality.
Well, you can just sneak up on somebody
Just
and go
stab people in the back.
35 times damage and be like, wow, that took no effort. And just be like, and then well, the dragon thing was just dope. You sneak up on a dragon, you hit him in the back.
I've never snuck up on a dragon.
30. It's just whatever
fucking know how
35
you
times
can.
damage. It flies up. And you're like, oh shit, it's not dead, and then it just crashes down. You're like, yeah.
Do you have poison damage? Is that?
Well, you have the sneak, the one-handed abilities, the sneak damage, blah, 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 and then here attack from behind. So it calculates like whatever damage it does times 35. So it's a one hit, and then he flies up like he just woke up, and he gets all pissed off, and he just crashes down. You're like, woo!
I don't think I've ever really leveled up the like weapon trees where it's like one-handed.
For the dagger, if you're going to use the
None of
daggers and stuff,
those.
because again, if you're sneaking 100% of the game, you might as well go daggers because you.
Well, that makes a lot of sense. That and archery makes a lot of sense.
But again,
Yeah, archery is dope.
Yeah,
I
archery
love
is good.
sneaking
every
archery.
goddamn time I try, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to be an orc warrior this time. I uninstalled Skyrim completely 5 minutes later because I'm so bored with it. And I'm like, you know what? Time to be an elf and grab me some arrows. I'm like, shit.
I mean, you play as you play. It's,
But that's at everything I do. I love being a wizard, a mage, or whatever. I love it. But I
but
just
that one
I
is
can't
not
fucking do it.
terrible. That's terrible. Well, I mean, if you haven't played the game, it's on
It's on-
everything. It's on
It's
everything.
on mobile now, right?
It's on. Well, they have a version of it on mobile. Yeah, so
Isn't there the puzzle Skyrim game now?
There's
it's a card game, right?
No, well they have a card game.
Yeah, it's coming.
But they have that Skyrim Blades.
That's the
which
mobile
is
one. Yeah,
coming out on Switch.
which is coming out on Switch. Everybody, that was the other announcement that
God
they made.
damn.
Yeah. Bethesda was doing some good things.
Milking
They were
it
making
dry,
some.
Will.
They were making some good choices. They knew what they were doing. They didn't show their Star game that I was interested in.
Oh, their new IP.
Yeah, new IP.
They're
which
probably
is-
waiting on the next console.
And that
that's
makes
why.
sense. Yeah, just wait on the next console. Move over to Nintendo because Nintendo did do their Nintendo Direct throughout the week, of course. I
I guess if you're a big Nintendo fan, Animal Crossing.
Animal Crossing was the one that flipped everyone's nips apparently because that was the big one. I got text messages from multiple people saying Animal Crossing
Oh my God, Animal Crossing.
is the bee's knees.
You can be black now.
You can
Apparently
actually
you
change your skin color. Yeah. Whoa.
Does it increase the difficulty like
It-
South Park?
Like that would be amazing. That would be amazing. They
It's
showed
the same
more
game.
trailer stuff for Sword and Shield Pokemons.
Oh man, so
That's what that
fucking
is right there.
dope. You saw the trailer.
saw
You
it.
saw the
I
play.
saw it. Yes, I saw it.
I know you're not I don't know if you know this, but I like the Pokemon thing. Look around
So
you, but,
here's I get you hype on the Pokemon. Steven, your griefs?
Oh well, no, I was gonna ask some questions. You
Oh no,
Yeah.
because I know you.
grill away, sir.
I know because he had his miss. We talked a little bit about the last. We
Yeah.
can go over a little bit more this episode. We talked a little bit like the last episode, but go ahead.
So put this Pokemon. Watching that trailer, did it seem like you can go town to town catching Pokemon, or you only had to go to one area specifically?
Was there a Safari Zone esque type of thing, or was this a traditional?
Because
it looked to me like a Breath of the Wild esque Pokemon game where you have the open world feel where you're like it's
I didn't get that at all.
Because there was Pokemon that were just roaming around that you actually see, as opposed to you just walking and then all of a sudden tall grass and
So,
then you randomly hit something.
As far as I'm concerned, they've added that aspect because people like that from the Pokemon Go
Being able to
Switch
see
Let's Go
where
versions
they are.
and stuff like that, where it's
Okay, where they're just walking.
because you can create a chain and all that kind of. In the Let's Go version, you can catch the same Pokemon over and over and over. It increases the chances of catching a shiny, 6IV or 6 IV Pokemon, all that kind of stuff. So people liked that, but they wanted it to be more again like the actual
Classic.
Pokemon's name, the actual Pokemon game. But it looked amazing to me. That's what I was stoked about.
Because I was confused watching it. Like I felt like you only can catch Pokemon in that Safari Zone area and not like going from town to town, like in the grass walking around.
I didn't get that. I might have missed it, but I like the different biomes and stuff where you're like in the.
Well, because from my understanding is like there's, depending on where you're at in that world, they had a Safari Zone for you to specifically go to catch Pokemon, and not
might have
just
missed
in
that
the
part, I guess,
the
but-
game.
Well, you got to figure that out whenever. When is it coming out? next month.
November.
I don't freaking know. Probably around Christmas time.
I think it was November.
Holiday
20th or
season.
something like
Excuse
that.
me.
Yeah, Sword and Shield. They showed a corgi. I guess you can catch a
I'm
corgimon.
A Corgimon, really?
Yeah.
I'm just excited because it's granted they brought out the Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee and stuff like this. This is the new gen.
You feel like this is the next actual Pokemon
Because
game.
it's now that we're done with the DS is all said and done. This is the Switch's first. Okay, now this is an official brand new starters, new legendaries Pokemon game, and it looks.
And I think they do that crap on purpose. I think they go, here's a big game. Here's Pokemon, Onyx and Steel. And then they go, here's Pokemon Cube World. Here's Pokemon Drink Mixer. And then you're like, okay, we got enough of that. And then they come back with
that's what.
Hey, everybody, here's Pokemon Concrete and Drywall.
So Let's Go Eevee and Pikachu was just like, hey, the Switch is out. Let's kind of use this. Let's get people. And it's like, I played it. I will never go back and play it again.
Because there's just Pokemon Go, right?
It's Pokemon Go mixed with like Pokemon Yellow, and it's like, good God, have I beaten Pokemon Yellow with an ugly stick so many times? I don't want to play that a billion times. But now that they're coming out with the new, what are we on? 8?
I think so. I think it's
Generation 8, I believe.
Uh-huh.
And now utilizing it to where it's not just me playing Pokemon Yellow with cooler graphics. It's got that open world again. It really feels like a Breath of the Wild kind of open world feeling to me, with obviously the Pokemon aspect of it, which I think it just feels amazing to me.
I feel like that open world Breath of the Wild is just the Safari Zone, man.
And this is why
certain areas
it's so important to show actual gameplay.
That was gameplay.
No, like a person on stage.
Oh, playing, and then
Shigeru Miyamoto on the side, this is what you do. But even though he doesn't make the game,
agree with that.
He doesn't.
But at the same time, I'm not pre-ordering anything. I haven't.
Not to pre-order, but just so these questions wouldn't arise.
Getting, but they're not getting my money just from showing me a picture saying, "Hey, new Pokemon," blah 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 blah. But
yeah, no, I'm just saying, if you got it, why not flaunt it?
What's the harm?
The way I look at it,
what's the harm in it? You're not going to be unattracted by what you see, right?
Maybe it's not completed. Maybe it's not to that point yet. I don't.
But sometimes they do things where they'll build a small section of the game.
We were watching it a couple weeks ago. We were like that. We were just like, "Hey, Steven, move it to the left. Move, turn." Was it Borderlands? It was Borderlands.
We were watching Borderlands.
Yeah, it was on stage. There was a guy. He was like, "Hey, actual gameplay."
Yeah.
He was like, "Hey, Frank, turn right, turn
yeah,
right."
Exactly.
Like, so that's dope. I agree. But at the same time, again, new legendaries, new starters. New, I don't
steroid-induced Pokemon getting fucking.
I mean, normally it's
gigantic.
I don't know where this one's at, because normally like each generation is like, this is in France, this is in.
That's the other thing I said. This freaking world in Pokemon is gigantic because there's a new region every damn time.
Well, yeah, there's a lot of.
I mean, there are
many countries,
planets out there.
I just could have swore that each one is a country.
Many continents.
Whatever. Anyway, so they also showed a new.
Oh. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
One last thing.
Yeah,
and they introduced kind of like a raid mode where where multiple of you can take on one, and then one of you can evolve whatever
into
Pokemon you're using into a giant one to take.
Yeah, that looks whatever.
It could not have it or have it. I think the fact that having it is just
extra
just one extra thing.
Yeah,
it's just more Pokemon Go raid boss.
That's what
and that's how you bring in
from
because you do not know how many people who play Pokemon Go that care nothing about the normal Pokemon games. So this is a way, like the Pokemon Let's Go Eevee and Pikachu was literally a cash grab of anyone who enjoyed Pokemon Go but was not spending any money towards Nintendo. They were spending it all towards Niantic.
Yeah.
So this
is to wrap them.
This is saying, okay, now it's a new game for like I've played all the generations. This is me saying yes. And this is a way to grab all those people who've like, I've never bought a Pokemon game in my life. I just love Pokemon Go. And they're like, all right, well, now you have to do this if you want to.
And that's a fair point, because there were a lot of people who was like, I've never played Pokemon, but I have played Pokemon Go. Yeah, that's a very fair point. I can see that. All right, okay. I'm not going to buy it. But whatever. Multiplayer in Animal Crossing too. Didn't even say that. They got co-op now, apparently.
I'm not going to lie to you.
It's not.
I don't know what the
tickling
fuck Animal Crossing is.
It's The Sims, but you're animals.
I hate The Sims.
So then you'll hate this.
Ask her.
Sims has another one.
Worst.
Sims is coming out with an expansion.
Dumbest game
They're
I've ever.
coming out with the
Island Adventure
You
Time.
can be a mermaid.
Awful.
You want to be a mermaid?
Awful.
Swimming around with the
I-
fishes.
I have not once understood.
You can clean the
Sims.
beach.
That's-
You can eat the food from the beach.
Why? Of all the escapes video games give me, why would I want to be?
There's a new ethnicity.
I'm gonna go. If it doesn't increase the difficulty,
It's called Mermaid.
It's not real.
It does. It increases dramatically.
How do you guys feel about the? Because I know we were talking about not showing cinematics, but Nintendo did that thing where they're like, "Oh, we're working on Breath of the Wild sequel,"
I'm fine with that.
but it was just like a quick like.
I'm fine with that. As long as it's under a minute.
Okay.
Actually, as long as it's under 30 seconds.
So just real quick,
Yeah.
like, oh,
And
check
this is the case that I made because I was talking with a friend of mine and she was like, it's fine, the cinematics and everything. I was like, she's like, but you're not going to get any hype off of just a picture. I was like, Marvel did it. They showed you a timeline of just movies that they were working on and people splooged their pants.
World of Warcraft, the first trailer, you guys remember that shit?
But see, World of Warcraft, I think, is a different thing. With that
That was when it
first,
first came out.
I was going to say that they do cinematics amazing.
We know that now because
Yeah.
there's 50 of them. But that very first one where they show the elf running and she turns into a panther,
Bear
and
or
they show
something,
they show the dwarf with the
in the
bear
snow and
something.
everything like that.
That
Yeah.
video, watching that for the first time and not owning World of Warcraft, I was like, I don't give what the fuck this game is about. This is
but
gonna
see,
be
okay. So I think that was the thing too that I came to the conclusion. That's the first time. That's fine. The second time, if they show you another cinematic, I'm not gonna be phased by it because you haven't shown me anything. So the first time you show me something like, hey, this is coming out, cinematic, cool. That's the first time I've ever seen this thing. Second time, if you come back a year later at E3 again or whatever convention, and you show me another cinematic, I'm gonna be like, I need to see gameplay, bro. I don't care about another cinematic.
So cinematic
anymore.
first time.
That's fine.
Okay.
100% fine.
All right. The second time it has to have some
Has
type
to
of
have.
gameplay.
I need 50% gameplay in the trailer that you show,
Okay, so 50%.
Yeah,
is
we're
what you're asking.
cranking
Or
it up.
what, Aaron?
or I will murder a banana.
You
Go
have it
to
here
you.
first. Aaron Carter, murderer.
Sitting there eating bananas. I'm angry.
Luigi's Mansion. They got another one of those
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
with Gooigi.
Gooigi.
that's disgusting.
Yeah,
What-
It's just
Are they-
ectoplasm jizz.
Is this a remake or is this
It's a new game.
it's a whole new game?
I think it's a new game.
Oh, yeah. They
A
only
whole
had
new world.
Luigi's Mansion 2 and 1, obviously, but now this is 3.
You know, I've only played Luigi's Mansion in the arcade.
I've never
Who
played
are
any
you?
of them
Like,
at
what?
all.
What?
I don't like scary games.
It's like saying I only played Mario Kart in the arcade. You're terrible. They're remaking Link's Awakening. They're coming out with
I don't
another.
like the way it looks.
Yeah, it just.
Just his character design.
Yeah, I can see that.
They should have went more. Was it like Link to the Past or Between Two Worlds, like they did on the 3DS?
Quick timeout. You guys
Looked amazing.
played Breath of the Wild, both of you?
No,
I have not played it at all. No,
I've just seen.
it's just been so
people play it.
saturated everywhere around me. Yeah, that I've kind of had no desire to play
Same
it.
thing. What I don't know how long it was out, but when I was like, it looks cool, and I played it at my buddy's house, and I was like, this is amazing.
Yeah, I hear it is. I hear it's a very good game. That's why they're making a sequel. So,
Well, okay, calm down. Sometimes they make sequels.
To the Switch 2, next gen.
but what I really wanted to talk about for the Nintendo One, everybody, Mario and Sonic Olympics, everybody, 2020, we're getting it.
It's happening.
It's happening, everybody.
More
Again.
mini games.
Tell you the God honest truth, I made fun of that game, and then my brother bought it. My little brother bought it, and I was like, "This is one of the best damn games I've
Oh
played
my
this
God.
year. This is actually a very good game." I'm really enthralled with the story. Who's gonna
Oh
win?
my
Mario, Sonic. I don't know who's gonna.
Ah,
There was no story, but the mini games are.
There is no story, but,
it's hilarious. It's good. It's actually good. So, little hype.
Oh god, little hype.
Little tiny bit of hype coming out of it. A little small hype.
that's terrible. So bad.
Let's move on to a whole nother company. Square Enix. If you like
Go
RPGs,
Oh my goodness.
you will hate Square Enix. Now, they played every RPG card you can think of. I don't understand. I didn't know there was that many out. They're remaking, of course, every Final Fantasy again.
Pretty much.
They're like every single one.
You run out of ideas.
And then they're giving you new ones. They're coming out with a Tactics one though. that looked.
That wasn't. It wasn't a Final Fantasy though, was it?
I don't think it was a Final Fantasy.
It was like just another
You had me at
RPG
Tactics.
stuff.
No. It's Final Fantasy Tactics. It's a Final Fantasy Tactics because it's two of them. So it was like a blue and a white one. Oh my gosh, what was the name of it?
A blue and a white and Square Enix.
It was a new tactics game. It was a new tactics game. What is it called? Somebody, we're googling it real quick. But while they're googling it,
Tactics.
no, it's
Tactical Assault Commander, Final Fantasy 4, Final Fantasy.
it was the one.
It's not the Shadowbringers because that's
Okay, it was the one that I was making fun of because it was like Game of Thrones, where all the different. So let me set this up for you, Adam. Basically, yeah, you've watched Game of Thrones. You're a Game of Thrones fan.
War of the Visions.
War of the Visions. That is Game of Thrones. If I have never seen it before, it is basically a giant continent split up between
got that name.
different factions or different families. They all have their own banners and everything like that. And it's a tactics game, and you choose.
Oh, that is straight Final Fantasy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's all Final
Well,
Fantasy.
doesn't it say Final Fantasy?
Final Fantasy Brave Exvius.
So I think because there's two of them. There's War of the Visions, and there's what's Brave Exvius? That's the other one.
It just says War of the Visions.
No,
Brave
yeah,
Exvius is like
it's the longest name ever. So anyway, it's a tactics game, like I said. So you're on the grid and you're fighting with different units, but you have the different families or the different houses or whatever that you're fighting with. And when they were showing each one, I was just like, okay, so that's Stark. There's the Lannisters.
Yeah, that's right.
I was like, those are Tullys right there.
Oh,
Nice. But it's good. It looks. I was like,
They
okay,
definitely look like Game of Thrones.
it's 100% Game of Thrones. They saw that and was like, we can do that. We have the technology.
They can do no wrong in my eyes.
Well, if you like tactics, everybody, I think Final Fantasy Children After Dark on Thursdays, Division of the Vision Wars.
Division of the Vision Wars.
It's a long freaking name. They're trying to compete with Kingdom Hearts with longest title of anything.
I still got War of the Lions on my phone, man.
Longest, vaguest title of every freaking thing. That's exactly what they're doing.
Was Square Enix the people behind Children of Mana? Are they now?
So,
Or was it Trials of Mana?
Trials of Mana, yes. I half chubbed on that one because I have been waiting for a decade plus. So, Secret of Mana came out on the SNES. I played that game. I didn't beat it. Me and my little brother were playing it because it's co-op. It's an RPG, but it's a action RPG, so like in the vein of Zelda and stuff like that. Then, only in Japan, they had a sequel to the game, which I can't pronounce the name of it. It's Suikoden Detsu something. I don't know. Anyway, but they had 6 main characters, and in the beginning,
Can't pronounce it, but try it anyway. Give them points.
in the beginning of the game, you get to pick 3 of the characters, and their stories intertwine, all of them. So the characters you pick, eventually you'll get the other characters in your party member. You can swap them out and stuff like that. But it had a skill tree that you go down as well for each of the characters. That was 3 players co-op. They kept trying to illegally mod and translate it over here in America, and that's the only way I was able to really, experience. But it was all broken English and stuff like that. It wasn't really. So now this Trials, they're actually for the first time bringing a remastered 3D version of that game to America, and I was like, that's awesome.
All my life I had to fight.
I was like, this is like the dopest thing they could have shown at this whole thing. And then they're giving you the other ones too. I think it's like a bundle package of the other old ones
it's
as well.
What's it coming out on?
Collection of Mana or something.
I think it's
Yeah,
on
I think it
Switch.
is Switch.
Yeah, some BS. So I might have to rent a
You don't
Switch.
have a goddamn Switch.
I don't.
Why now? Because now next year
It's-
they're coming out with new systems.
Exactly. I
Like,
mean,
well, they announced new systems.
No,
No, they
Nintendo-
announced them this time. They're gonna show new systems.
I think Nintendo will still keep with their Switch for a little bit longer. I say about 3 more years.
Yeah, you gotta upgrade when the others start drawing battle lines.
Switch 2? You think Switch 2 is
You
coming
gotta
out?
start, man. You can't, or else you're just gonna get left behind.
How hard is it to put a streaming service on Switch, though?
Right now, not hard. Soon, it's gonna be hard as fuck.
See? So, I mean,
Wait, why is it gonna be harder later?
That new
the new
thing?
ones that are
Yeah, the
coming
new
out
ones.
are locked.
yeah, they don't want you.
So as
yeah.
the one I have right now can be jailbroken.
So get a Switch now.
I don't know if it's too.
Buy them now, everybody, before it's too late.
This
Nah.
just in.
But no, I was actually hyped for that game because like nobody, nobody even thought. Oh, hold on. Okay, I'll get back to it because the games that I was actually hyped for, I have a list of. We'll get back to that one.
Yeah, we said that towards the end.
We also didn't mention the game that he might be hyped for the Star Wars. Did you see the gameplay though?
Yeah.
Oh, the Fallen Order.
That is how you show
Oh
gameplay.
my god, dude!
That's how you show.
It's gonna break
freaking-
the curse.
Yeah,
It's the curse breaker.
It is. What's the curse?
Yeah, I was about to say what's the curse?
For all the games Star Wars says they're gonna make that they put all the time.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Oh, like
no, this
13,
one looks as
13.
This
done.
game's
yeah.
gonna be amazing. Scrapped.
Yeah,
Scrapped it.
13 or whatever.
13,
I was
got
actually
crap-
a little
crapped.
I wanted to
It's
see
scrapped.
that because it's a thing where, like I always say, I love universes that are created, and then they show like a little section of the universe that like,
Go find the rest of it.
we were looking at the Skywalkers all the time, but 1313 was going to be about like this the
This
deep.
is the slums.
Yeah, exactly. So this game, the Star Wars Fallen Jedi, right?
Fallen Order.
Fallen Order. It stars the Joker, and it is.
I didn't know that was
Come
him.
on. It's the Joker from
Couldn't even
Gotham.
tell.
Let's call it. But he does some sweet Jedi moves, like the stopping bullets midair, pulling somebody's body, putting it in front of it, and getting shot in the back.
Oh, so it's just normal Jedi moves.
But see, this is the thing, and I was talking about
Sounds
that.
like Sith shit to me, but
the thing that I was like kind of tripping on, I was just like, Order 66 went down, correct? This is after Order 66. This dude, who I don't think is a Jedi Master, right?
He's probably just was training and
Okay, he's just
he
training.
dabbled.
How in the world did those other Jedis, if they could do half of what he did, how did they get taken down in Order 66?
Because he probably was like, "Oh, you're hunting Jedi's." About to pull out his lightsaber. He just
No.
chucks it back in.
Not him.
I've never
Not
seen
him.
any.
No, forget him. I'm just talking about how the other ones, like, did they have the Skyrim, sneak stealth, 30 times damage and kill these guys? Because I'm like, that dude is freezing time.
Well, when this Order 66, according to the movies, I'm just
Yeah.
weren't they like a lot of like the clones with?
Yeah, they were with the
They were
Jedi.
with
They kind of
the
shot
Jedi
him
at
in
the
the back.
time, so
Yeah.
it's
the
like-
whole order was for the clones to be attached to them, to all Jedi
To
units.
just be
to
next
take
to them,
out.
like, "Hey, we're buddies," and then all of a sudden, I got fuck you, bam, bam, bam.
Okay.
So I mean, you probably like had trust in a war. You
I
bonded.
understand. Yeah.
and then all of a
Band
sudden,
of
you're just getting
brothers. I
shot,
get it.
shot
But-
in the back.
But all of them,
Well,
all the Jedi.
well, clearly
Okay.
not
Not
because
not 100%.
fucking
Right.
what's his name?
Yoda got
survived.
away. Yoda,
And,
remember Yoda was, in the movie. again, the movie.
Obi-Wan.
Yoda got written away. Like that's.
Well, no, because remember he was sitting there and he just goes, turns around, cuts their heads off,
And the rest of them didn't.
Just
The
walks
rest of
off.
them didn't.
They showed
He's
like
900 years old, man.
they showed a majority of them getting fucked, but that doesn't mean all of them.
I'm just saying. It
And
felt
then
like-
Mace
but
Windu
anyway,
had
it was
to
an
get thrown out a window.
amazing trailer. The new Android is definitely going to be somebody's.
Oh no, that thing's adorable.
That's a selling point right there. A lot of people are going to be buying that little thing.
I give it to Star Wars though. When they make those droids, they make them for a specific
Oh,
reason. It's the cuteness.
They want to sell.
That's
They
That's
want.
why
they
they came
get
out with
you.
what's it called in the last
the BB-8.
Well, BB-8, but the little penguin looking.
Oh, the Porg or
Porgers.
Pog or Purg.
fuck those things are called.
Yeah, a lot of people.
That was
dug
the
that.
sole purpose of
Penguin
A lot of people
chicken?
dug that. But no, the game looks pretty dope. If you like the single player Jedi beat 'em ups,
I hope it's goddamn. I hope it's good.
I don't think you're going to be disappointed. I think it's not
Did
like
they
it's not
say-
like Knights of the Old Republic where you can actually swing your sword.
I was gonna say, is it like an RPG?
No.
Is they at all? Or
You
is it
probably
just
have
action?
you probably have some upgrades that you'll do to your character and stuff like
Shut
that.
your
I'm just
goddamn
saying.
Well, because I'm just trying to connect
Did
it
I
to
send you that? Did I send you that thing?
No, you
Old
didn't.
Republic.
Where they're making Old Republic.
or not Republic.
Yeah, we talked about it like two episodes ago or something like
Yeah,
that.
man, get it together.
They're making 3.
Oh no, the game? No.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the movie.
There was no, because my biggest thing was I wrote George Lucas saying, "Hey, blah blah, make number 3," and then this entire time was like, da da da, and I read something saying
Finally
like,
dusted off the
"Finally
letter.
working on number 3," and I was
Yeah,
like,
they won't.
"Fuck you guys,
They won't
my
let it.
email finally made it through."
That's a cult classic. People are not going to let that franchise die. So I mean, they'll bring it back.
George
I don't know.
Lucas is
For
blowing off
goddamn-
your letter like,
Because the second, the second one
Terrible.
got,
Adam C character. He's got a good point.
yeah, that's
Make a
how you
third-
read emails.
Third game.
On his tablet. It's an old tablet that has
Yeah.
emails on it.
He blew his Kindle off.
So this is the original iPad. I think the second one got Game of the Year in like 2006 or something like that. Like, we're going like 13 years now that since the game's been made. Like,
Look at
Force Unleashed, bro.
look at Final Fantasy. They take forever to make another
they're up
remake.
to 15 now.
No,
Like,
the remakes.
they're rehashing their old shit, but they're still making new stuff at the same
Well,
time.
I'm saying the 7 though. Everybody been wanting that for years. the remake of 7, and now they're just now getting
But they've
to
been
it.
making
long time
7,
coming.
8, 9, 10, 11,
And they were all trash.
I'm just sitting here wanting a goddamn. I don't want to rehash. I want a sequel
What's the other one?
They did. They gave you 15.
of Knights of the Old Republic.
Oh, I thought we were still on Final Fantasy. Sorry.
Yeah, no, it is.
Excuse me.
So anyway,
Arthur Fist.
it's going to be a good one. I think that's going to be one. I just remembered that one. I didn't want to pass that one up because that actually does look like a pretty good game. So any other big ones before I go to the list that
I need to pull up your list because there's one that I really want to talk about.
which is
Fantasy Star
Fantasy
Fantasy
Online.
If I was at a
Dude.
chub before,
If I was at a quarter chub,
fully.
Full
Like,
12 o'clock.
That was I don't even know what to say. That's why I said I 3 times right there. I 4 wanted that game for the longest as well. They do
How
this
has that been?
stupid thing because they do this stupid thing where they just keep them in the country that they make them in, and they don't want to bring them west.
Yeah,
Stupid-
Dear Japan, we
stupid-
like your shit.
stupid
Bring it over
Japan.
here, man.
That no, I
we
swear,
fucking love your shit.
since I have been a child, I have always been like
112 years ago.
for
long time.
112 years, I have wanted Japan to just open the gates and let their games free to the world to be all over
There's
in
still
America.
a Final Fantasy that was never released in America.
There
right?
probably is like 17 of them. They keep that stuff lock and key over there.
Was it
Like
like they messed up the order with like 3 and 4?
Yeah,
I think
Yeah,
it was in the final.
exactly, yeah.
Because they kept that shit over there and then
it's like they're on an island or something. Jeez, bring
it's
it
like,
over.
it's like we did something to upset them once. I don't know
Oh,
what
twice.
it was,
what?
damn.
but we just
God damn, that's fucked up.
lost
That's
all viewership.
fucked.
You don't even know what it sounds
I don't know
like.
what button to press. I don't know what. Is there an explosion? No,
Don't-
no. Use that.
All
Don't press the
right.
rapist
Oh,
button.
God damn. I don't know what.
They will be pissed.
Oh my gosh, that's going in the highlights.
That's terrible.
so-
That is terrible.
So I saw this game, and I it's the only game that I don't think they actually showed gameplay, but I've seen gameplay
But we
of it.
played
Yeah,
the game.
We played the game.
Played
so-
the game because they had that port.
Yeah, that
That-
was
that bootleg
garbage.
port.
Very bootleg.
I was addicted to that
I
thing.
liked it.
It's freaking good. I can't wait for this game to come out, and it's going to be on the Xbox. Didn't they say it was free? Free to play?
Yes, they
Oh,
did.
man.
They said it was going to be free to play.
Yeah.
They're bringing it because I think that's one where they had
Is it
microtransactions.
Premium? Okay.
Yeah, no, microtransactions.
So, but
rule the
I
world.
don't know if it's like pay to win type shit.
I would.
I don't know.
We can guesstimate.
Yeah, I just want to play the
Six
game.
minute
Yeah, just-
fucking game.
Just want to play
get
it.
Said,
me
you
the
are now
game.
12 minutes in. Would you like to spend $5 to play for another 12 minutes?
Yes.
Here's my credit card. Leave me alone.
Aaron's
I
gonna
would-
have a full-grown beard and
The camera will pan to me, and I'll look like Fry from
You'll look like-
Futurama. Just
You
shut
look
up
like-
and take
you
my
look like
money.
Thor.
Oh my god! I want that game. So it's not even on my list. Oh yeah, it is. It's right there.
It's not even on this, but this list. It's on this list, not this other list.
Jeez, man.
What were the other big ones? Was that really it? Before I go to this list and why?
Yeah, your list actually nailed it.
So this list is a compilation of the games over all the week, basically of
Things
that
you-
except for one game on here they didn't show at all, which I'm very disappointed. This was from I think Bethesda as well. Bethesda does this game. I want to say Bethesda does.
Ooh, you know, I think it might be Ubisoft.
Oh, Ubisoft. No, it is
It's
Ubisoft. You're
Ubisoft.
right. You're right. You're 100% correct. So these are the games that I'm hyped for, basically. And you can chime in if you like to, everybody, because if you're playing at home. So the number one game that I am stoked for, Ghost Recon Breaking Point.
These aren't in any particular order.
No.
It's just-
No,
I was
this is
gonna
in
say,
particular
that-
order.
what a terrible number one.
No. So
Hey,
Ghost Recon
Recon's pretty good, dude.
Ghost Recon Wildlands. Oh my God.
Wildlands
we were talking about
changed
that,
the
right?
game.
Game came out in 2017. Most underrated game of 2017. The game is open world, co-op, story mode. They did a lot of free DLC.
They did an online fighting like a battle mode.
Yeah,
I don't-
online.
I
Which
don't
was
know
I
what
never
it's
played
called.
that either. Yeah.
Yeah.
Once you beat the game, there's 2 different endings as well. But once you like reach a certain level, or is it max level?
You hit the
or
max level, and then you go into what they call a tier mode,
tier mode.
which makes everything
Amazing.
like I
Makes
feel like
everything
it's
difficult.
10 times harder.
Makes everything more difficult.
Fucking NPCs are just headshots. That's all they get.
You're unlocking new weapons whenever you do that type of stuff too.
You
put
level
points
up your
into
weapons.
you level up your weapons by using them. The game is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
The game is
We
freaking
talked about this
amazing.
not last time.
You can fight the predator.
You can fight the Predator, and the most dope freaking mission as well, because you're like tracking him from his blood
Liam
trail.
Neeson's?
I swear it's so good. Then it goes around, brings in John Barenthal for a DLC that sets up
The Punisher.
Thank you.
Walking Shane
I was
from
trying
The
to
Walking
because I
Dead.
know he's in another
Yes.
game. I think they recently.
sets up the DLC sets up the next game.
Which is
Breaking
the
Point.
game you're thinking of, Breaking Point.
Oh, okay.
So now we're going to Breaking Point. We're changing the location. We're not in Peru, Bolivia.
Bolivia.
We're not in Bolivia anymore. We're on like this island, Japan.
It's Make Believe Island. It's
Yeah.
not.
It's Japan.
No,
It's
I-
make believe. It
and
doesn't exist.
It was smart that they went with a make believe place because Bolivia was pissed about
They
it.
were
You know.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
that's right. I remember
Yeah,
that.
let's
Said,
stay away.
Hey, you pieces of shit.
But actually, I felt like if they wanted to do something like this, they should have just done it in America. But like, hey, this corporation took over all of the West Coast. Boom. Now you can go through Nevada, California.
Far Cry did that though.
Yeah, they did. But they did like country bumpkin.
They did. It was Montana.
Yeah, they did country bumpkins. That's what I'm saying. Like a cult. I'm talking about this is a high tech industry. Think about it.
Yes.
Silicon Valley's right here.
Silicone.
And they just take over. It's not far fetched to have one of them make a drone army and take over California.
This is true. We're watching.
Yeah,
Jeff
exactly.
Bezos.
So I'm hyped. They're keeping everything. I saw gameplay of it actually as well because I think IGN or GameSpot or something, they did a 26-minute gameplay thing of it, and I watched that.
Nice.
I do not like, and I'm going to tweet these people, Ubisoft or whoever developed this game,
Dear Ubi.
why they decided to go over
Fuck you.
classes over
Ooh.
I can do whatever I want, because they do you have actual classes that you can't use certain weapons if you're that class.
No.
I saw that.
No.
I saw that and I was disgusted.
That's disgusting.
I was disgusted.
Because in Wildlands, I always had a sniper rifle.
Yep.
But I mean, it was my assault rifle.
Yeah, you
right
can
after it.
interchange it.
So
So
it's
they have it to where you can do that because they showed the sniper class guy and he has
Yeah.
assault rifles too.
Okay.
There's just certain guns, and I'm thinking that maybe they're like specialized.
They're
Certain
not going to let
guns.
you have a rocket launcher. if you're
Exactly. Yeah, if you're a sniper.
silent.
Yeah, exactly.
Sneaker, 35 times damage.
But it's still in very early development because they didn't show like you creating characters or
Fucking
anything
tweet
like that.
at him, dude. Be like,
I'ma
hey,
have to.
cut this shit out. Let it be open.
Let it be
I
open.
think I
Give me
speak
the
for
freedom.
everybody when I say go fuck yourself.
Because it's the thing,
Where do
like
you
if
get
they
off?
if they made it Skyrim and they just like you're a rogue class, you can't use this
can't use
sword and
anything.
shield. Like that's
You can't use
it's
no
limiting.
magics.
It feels limiting to you.
Yeah, baby, you're a rogue.
And you
don't
can't
really
eat
want
the
a sword and
cheese
shield.
wheels.
I mean, why not?
I'm thinking of
clanging
like
around as a
Borderlands
rogue.
because Borderlands you can use whatever, but
Yes.
it makes no sense because if you're leveling whatever for like your snipers and you're using an assault rifle the entire time, it's
they
just make that goddamn class then.
They changed that, and like in part 1, whatever you use, you level that
Yeah,
up.
you level that up.
In part 2, they didn't do that anymore. It was,
Oh,
yeah.
did
Kinda-
they, Aaron?
Yeah, it's
I
terrible.
wouldn't know.
Well, bringing it around, Borderlands 3,
Hey, we
everybody.
made it.
They actually showed some gameplay of the not the mechromancer, but the chick that goes into the mech.
Mose?
Oh yeah,
Mose?
she has heat-seeking
Mose?
missiles, got flamethrower. Like she looks pretty
She looks dope.
pretty sweet. I still want to play the
agent?
the hunter,
The hunter.
who throws out freaking animals to go and attack people. Yeah.
I thought you weren't interested in Flack.
Until I saw the multitude of animals he can get.
Well,
That's-
it's the tiers. You
Yeah,
get one,
I thought it was just going to be one animal.
the bird. You thought you're always
I
going to
thought it
have
was
the
gonna
bird.
be and that's the stupidest thing.
Stupid. Goddamn.
Yeah, you get to choose your beast.
That's a rat.
All right, bring me that $12 he dropped over there.
So now that I know that he has like 3 different animals, I think, or 3 or 4, something like that, I'm like, it's kind of interesting. I want to see what he.
Any rhinoceroses?
I
I think you get a
you
skag.
get a skag. The skag looks like he carries crap. Like he's the
He's the bruiser type.
Yeah, like
the thing.
like you can carry maybe more, supplies or
Oh,
ammo or
that'd be
something
dope
like
if
that.
you can have him like carry shit.
That'd be
Weapons
sick.
or
Got your
something.
ammo chilling on him? Ba-da-doo.
That'd be
So it's in your
sick.
bank.
But no, that one, yeah, I like that they showed a full blown section of the level when you were playing as the mech chick, and
I gotta
her
watch
cooldown is pretty fast. They might drop
They
that.
might-
for the
Okay.
mech.
Yeah, because it was just like every 3 seconds, I got a mech, everybody, and then just wrecking everybody.
Yeah, that might be just for.
But they didn't show any skill trees with her, so I didn't get to see like
Oh,
individual
so-
like what.
Because there's probably other stuff besides the mech.
Yeah,
that
Just
you
wait till the
can get.
goddamn game comes out, Aaron.
I want it now. DLC
Give it
is
to me
free
now.
for
My money, and I want it now.
DLC for Fallout, or not Fallout, excuse me, Borderlands 3 or Borderlands 2 that leads into Borderlands 3 is free.
Yes.
So they're going to give you free DLC for
And,
that. And the
you
game.
get bumped up to level 30. We covered this story last week.
Yeah, you instantly get bumped up to level 30.
I'm sorry.
Well,
okay.
listen.
Hey,
listen. Terrible.
Listen, Linda.
Listen.
Phantasy Star Online 2 we talked about, of course.
Which is going to be dope.
It was going to be dope. Cyberpunk 2077
Seven.
starring
The Keanu Reeves.
Keanu Reeves. It's not starring Keanu Reeves, but he's in the game.
He's in the game.
I don't
Yeah.
even want to make my own character. I want to be
I just wanna
Keanu
play
Reeves.
Keanu
now.
Reeves. And I want to have
That's
a
it.
dog as my sidekick.
I really wanted him to be like a not a like the whole game, but like a big section of the game, because I just want to see myself in like a shootout, and then he's talking like, "Shut up, Keanu," and then just keep going.
Like he's your companion.
Yeah, like
person
he's
that's-
like my partner or something like that. Like I'm
You're
not
my
trying to hear
sidekick,
it.
John Wick. all right?
Exactly. Like I got the pencil kills.
Until-
You stay over
Till at
there.
the end where he shoots you in the back,
Oh,
and then he's the main antagonist the whole time.
I would, you know what? I would not dislike a main villain that's Keanu. I think that would be actually the
can't do
sweetest
that.
thing.
can't
What
do
do you
that.
mean?
No, yeah. No, that's how you throw people
That's how you
off.
throw it off,
Everybody
yeah.
loves him. Everybody wants to suck on the balls.
Terrible. Oh,
of
good
Keanu
Lord. I
Reeves.
don't. Oh,
I have a picture
take,
for
Hey,
you real quick.
take me out of that.
Big Keanu Reeves there.
So
But when he's the bad guy,
Can't.
he's
gonna
done,
rip their
he's done the
hearts out.
comedian.
He doesn't have the ability to do
Yeah,
it.
he's
he's
done the
been in movies where
comedian.
he's been a bad guy.
Not anymore. We all know him as the say. He's the new Jesus.
He's the new Jesus.
Much ado about nothing.
I don't think he believes in
You're
Jesus.
Yes, much ado about nothing.
He was. That was 5 minutes
Iago.
after.
Iago.
That was 5 minutes after he played Bill and
Yeah,
Ted. Like
yeah, Latin
actually,
bird?
that was a couple of years.
No,
ago.
he was the main villain of that one. Yeah.
Dangerous Liaisons. I mean, he was what was he? Was the man?
The Devil's
he was-
Advocate?
He was the man whore.
Wasn't he?
The Johnny Mnemonic. No,
He was definitely a villain in that because that movie was terrible. He was a villain in that. I don't care what anybody says. But that game they showed this like what last year already, the 20-minute or the 30-minute gameplay of that where you're the girl.
Oh,
and
yeah.
so that
And
just
it looked
game
pretty
just
solid.
looks good.
It looks good, yeah.
And it's the graphics for the ladies. It's some nice
Personalities.
pixels. Yeah,
Nice pixels.
those
Huh?
are good pixels.
So those good upgrades?
Realistic looking
That's terrible.
pixels. So it was good. I'm definitely looking forward to that one. The big one, and then of course I put Fallout 76 on there. Free. We talked about that one already.
Yeah, we already covered that.
Free DLC, I mean. But the one that they didn't show from Ubisoft is Beyond Good and Evil 2. I didn't see anything from E3 this year on that one, and I was so looking forward to that.
But they have shown
They have shown gameplay.
a gameplay of the game before, which looks amazing.
So I don't even know how to describe how epic a feeling it is when you see a game where you're on a planet and then the developer is like, this is the city that you're in, and they show you in this like just big giant city,
It's a giant map of a
and
city.
then they just pull back, and now you can see this is the continent you're on, and then they just pull back again, and it's like this is the planet you're on, and there's cities all around this planet. You
They
can go
pull back
anywhere.
again,
They
and
show
it's
the
like, here's the
person.
This is the
universe.
Milky Way.
They show, basically they show the person, seamlessly, no load times, flying all the way out, just like a No
Pretty
Man's Sky type of
seamless.
thing, but populated
You had
with
to drop
things.
that name, didn't you?
But see, the difference is, like I said, it's
That's how he
populated
gets
with
his
stuff.
checks.
And then not just like that, like they were inside the city fighting inside of a building inside that.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh my gosh, you have your own big frigate that you can dock your own planes in, and you're doing all this yourself. They
Drop
showed
in, drop out co-op.
drop in, drop out co-op. You're creating your character, and like because you're
Yeah, because you're picking like different races and
Yeah.
stuff. You're making
different
your character.
species type of things.
Yeah.
Like the monkey, the rhino looking thing, like or elephant or whatever it was. Like it's
I think the pig.
the pig
guys,
man.
yeah.
It's
It's an amazing
I don't
looking
think I've seen
game.
anything about that.
it looks so good. I'll show you after.
But
the-
now it's
the
getting
show
pushed
here.
back till next year with those new systems.
I can understand though because it's a very
gonna
ambitious
happen.
game. It looks like a very very ambitious game. Like they're talking about the terrain changing on one side of the planet because that side of the planet always gets hit with meteors.
Asteroids.
Like so it's
That's pretty
different each
That's
time. Like
specific.
yeah, like I'm like oh my god, like I really wish they showed it this E3, but they didn't see anything on there. So that was my list right there. Those are the games that I am very hyped for that I can possibly get. There was other games like I said that I was hyped for, but I don't think I'm going to be getting like the tactic game I want to play. I don't have a Switch.
I really want to play Final Fantasy VII reboot.
Final Fantasy 7, 3. You have 3 Switches? That's terrible. That's terrible. Yeah. So I mean, we even talk about. Did we talk about? Yeah, we did talk about the Avengers game.
I think we briefly talked about the character design.
We talked about how side by side it looks spot on.
You are a spot on liar, is what you are. The Square Enix, they showed the Avengers game, no real gameplay. They may have shown like pseudo gameplay.
Been working on it.
Yeah,
for
like the
almost
Hulk.
3 years.
There's like a Hulk scene, and it kind of looks like pseudo.
Tony Stark as well. He's like
pseudo
flying through
gameplay.
San Francisco Golden Gate Bridge.
Meh.
Yeah, I mean destroying stuff. Black Widow's there shooting things.
breathing.
She does machines, right?
No, she doesn't even do that.
She does Hulk. That's what she
It's
does.
terrible. But yeah, people were upset about the character designs because they look like the full value.
It looks like Spaceballs 2.
The great value.
The great
freaking-
value.
Great value Avengers. That's what they got.
Spaceballs stuntmen. That's what they are.
That's terrible.
Yeah, it's because we're so used to seeing what
Good.
the Avengers look like for 10 years. Like,
Yeah.
take the MCU. We've seen these characters. This is who they are now. It's what they look like.
Yeah.
Everything should be modeled off of that because
like
everything's connected, right?
One of those free apps off of Android Marketplace is what it looks like.
It does. It
And
really
yeah,
does.
And that's when you get those big, bulky, like uniform suits and it's not flush and smooth.
Yeah.
Did you even
You're
try?
just like, what is this? Why is he wearing riot gear?
I mean, Sonic went back to the drawing board. So I mean,
They're not. They already said they're not.
they do.
Sonic is.
Despite the backlash,
This is-
Marvel
Sonic.
Avengers.
Okay, Sonic. I
Yeah,
was like,
Sonic is. Yeah.
Sonic can't pull back
Because the
now.
article he put up there, he's like, despite the backlash, Marvel's Avengers characters' designs will not change. That's
Fuck.
it. You're,
Yeah, because they did the thing where they are quoted again saying, "We have no plans as of yet."
Yeah.
So
That's one DLC away from. Sorry, guys. We know it didn't look like Hemsworth.
Wastelanders.
So, yeah, exactly. Wastelanders. But one thing they didn't do is show gameplay. They're showing it behind doors at.
Yeah.
They showed it behind doors at E3.
which is rough.
It's supposed to be a multiplayer action type of thing.
They should have had gameplay because they did that thing where they was it a couple weeks before they showed the A and it was like watch
Yeah.
E3 in 2019.
They
and,
hyped you up for it.
yeah, and then they just
disappointed you.
here's cinematic. No, don't do that.
Free characters. Like each new character that you're gonna get. You
So
can-
where's Hawkeye?
Hawkeye? Yeah, he
I don't know.
lost him in the snap. So
Tell you, we were talking about this when they when they did the what's that Fortnite additions to the thing where they was like, man, where do they come out with this and stuff like that? And it's like, I think a lot of people are just gonna be like, nah, I'd rather have it. They don't need to come out with their own game anymore. I'd rather have it where they're just like lobbing them into these other games. And
it's a simple formula.
I saw your tweet, by the way.
It's a simple formula. You
Well-
take an open world and you let us play as Marvel characters. How hard is that?
And I decide whether I want to destroy the city or save the city.
Exactly. There you go. They did it with Spider-Man.
Yep.
Is it DC Universe?
They did it with the
Ultimate
Hulk.
Destruction.
They did it with Hulk. How hard is this? How hard is it? Do I have to
Just
make games for
Ultimate
you?
Do I
Tony
have to-
Stark made it in a cave with scraps.
Come down, Obadiah.
All right. So anyway, that was E3, everybody. It was a good show. I didn't.
It was.
Yeah.
It was.
wasn't bad.
It was a good year. There's a lot coming out this year, which is going to be difficult,
Dope.
and you're going to be broke
Yeah, you are. Your wallet
because it's coming back to back. So you got like September,
September's hitting hard.
October, November, December. Everything's hitting
And
you.
then you just wait till December and call it a day.
Not enough time.
So if you live in California, you will not be living in a home after this year because you will spend all your money on video games, and rent is too damn high.
It's too damn high. Preach it, sister.
So I already called Starbucks. Go find your other internet.
Yeah.
All right.
Leech
Starbucks
off
is
of
my
them.
All the
territory.
Starbucks system.
I'm bringing a monitor
I don't
right
even
in there.
drink
Yeah.
coffee.
Exactly. And
In
like,
a
what are you gonna do?
tent.
You gonna call the cops? Do you want to be on camera again for being racist?
You gonna throw
Yeah.
your poop at them?
Exactly. It's disgusting. So any final thoughts before we wrap it?
Up. That's all I got.
Oh, okay. That's terrible. The movie?
It's like just magnets. I don't know. Just magnets? No.
If you like what you heard, definitely give us a follow on all the social medias. Give us the 5-star rating on the iTunes because apparently that
Please.
helps us get seen.
It helps us get seen.
We saw
and
the when we did the show live from Oblivion Comics and Coffee, which is not our sponsors.
not our sponsors.
We had some people there that like searched us.
Yeah.
while we were doing the show and everything. They're like, you guys came right up whenever I put before you.
Wouldn't it just be by?
No.
Oh no, it is before.
Before.
Every time I try to search for before, it takes a minute. But it just says, "Did you mean BYLO?" I'm like, "All right, it's okay,
So
No
don't you tell me,
iPhone.
Google.
Write it.
Yeah, write it all out.
go do it."
Jesus, what was I gonna say?
I don't know.
Next time we should just invite the
Just
people
carry
here.
on.
I mean, if they want to,
They were from LA. They
They
still
were
just
from
didn't.
LA, yeah.
didn't
Take a
conflict
picture of the
with
sound
ours.
deer.
it was a good time.
Definitely
Oblivion
a
and
good
Comics and Coffee, everybody, for all your comics and coffee needs. They
That
are
sound-
not our
not our
Sounds
sponsors.
like he's being paid for that.
They are not our sponsors. Everybody, they are just good people.
Well, we work in tandem.
We do work
With
in tandem
them.
with them on some
Unrelated.
events, which we will announce on our social medias, which
Yeah.
you can follow us at before you log off on everything. We
Follow
also
us on Twitch.
We also stream on Twitch. Everybody, we've been playing a game called Mount Your Friends. Oh yeah,
Oh,
good
I'm
time.
glad
Good
I haven't taken the
mounting.
dive on this one yet.
Good time.
good
sir.
mounting.
So
yeah,
that's disgusting.
whatever. It's a fun game.
it's great.
All right, we're done here. So for the internationally known Steven Gutierrez.
Hey, oh no! Before we log off,
Okay, we got one.
Real
we got
quick.
One.
Hey,
We
you
said
said
it.
it.
Real
Hey,
quick.
Said it.
We're done.
12
just want to
points
give a
here.
shout out to our listeners in Canada.
That's right. Canada came strong.
Canada came out of
really
nowhere.
strong
Yeah.
for no reason.
No, there was a reason,
There's
and
a
it's
reason.
us,
Yeah.
baby.
Giving out syrup. the other
Wafting
day?
it.
What was
I don't
going on?
know, but
We love Canada.
The maple
Send me
leaves?
maple syrup. I want it.
I'm going to tag him in this whole
Actually,
thing, too.
I got some in my fridge right now from Canada.
No, I don't want your maple syrup. I want theirs.
It's from Canada.
But it's
It's
in
Canadian
your
maple syrup.
refrigerator.
but I want
It's in the
theirs.
fridge from Canada.
but it weighs a kilo.
Anyways, it's fucking delicious.
All right, everybody. Canada, thank you for all
Thank
your
you,
listeners.
Canada. Other
And
countries,
congratulations,
thank you
Canada.
all.
Yeah, congratulations, Toronto. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, go
You think-
Raptors.
So that's why. Maybe that's
You know
why.
what?
Maybe we're-
I think it's because they followed us.
That
We were
we-
like, here, you
so
can have the championship.
we inadvertently
gave
gave
spirit.
them
Yes.
an
We
NBA
willed it.
Oh,
championship.
yeah.
I mean, we are in the region of giving the championship because they were the champions before. And so, whatever. Anyway, internationally known Steven Gutierrez, thank you.
Hey,
And
goodbye.
Adam PC.
Hey.
I am Sir Aaron Carter saying that is enough internet for today.